So if you read the title of this video, it's called Suffering. And what it's about is our future, really, in a lot of ways. We live in a time where people almost think they're entitled not to suffer. And this is an ideology that came out of college campuses through the last decade or so. Well, longer than that, honestly. But it's really prevalent in society nowadays. People think they're just entitled not to have any suffering whatsoever. And that is a ridiculous ideology when you think about it, because just as Buddha and Jesus teach, suffering is inevitable in life. We all have to suffer in life. The only thing we can choose is how we suffer through it. It's unavoidable, really. In our generation in particular, I'm Generation Z, well, we're going to suffer a lot more than our parents did. You know, our parents, and we should be forgiving towards them, but our parents, they suffered. I mean, they thought a nuclear holocaust was going to be their future. So what they did was make decisions for the here and now. And that led our generation to practically be bankrupt. And right now, ever since COVID has ended, the whole economy feels like, not just the economy, everything feels like we're just waiting for the next big thing to happen. It feels like we're just waiting and seeing what's next. And it's a coin flip right now. I'm not saying we're guaranteed to have a bad time. You know, maybe we're all just being paranoid and things won't turn out as bad as everyone says. But, you know, everywhere you go, the future looks gloomy. I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, wherever you get your news from, the world looks like a gloomy place. You don't even have to be involved in getting news whatsoever, and, you know, you're not exactly excited for the future. But we are going to have it harder than our parents. We're going to have it a lot harder than our parents, I think. Now, maybe it won't be as bad as everyone says. I don't know. But it could be terrible, you know. Right now, I'm living at home. You know, my mom got sick, trying to help her. And I've been able to save up a pretty nice nest egg. But inflation has been so bad where it's almost like it doesn't even matter in some regards, you know. I want to save up for a house in the next, 2 years. And I believe I'll reach my goal. But if like hyperinflation were to happen within the next 2 years, then it'd put all that savings and make it useless. But it didn't make the work I did useless. I know I was able to have a positive impact on other people's lives throughout the work I did. I know I'm pretty nervous right now. But all I'm really saying is don't tell yourself you're entitled not to suffer in life. Because we're all going to suffer through life. I think our generation in particular will have to do a lot of work. A lot of work to build a better future. But you know what? We shouldn't do it for us. We should do it for our future children. You know? If Jesus, let's get him in the shot here. If he's able to suffer for all your sins, and you don't even have to believe the story. You don't have to, just take it metaphorically for a minute. Son of God coming down and suffering for the sake of humanity. Then you can suffer for the world to make it a little bit of a better place. A lot of people, the government, I'm sure if things were to get bad, will tell you not to worry. Will tell you, oh, don't worry, we'll have an easy solution. We'll fix everything. We can't fall for that. That shit didn't work with COVID. It won't work with hyperinflation. It won't work with climate change. It's not going to work with anything. We're going to be the ones. It's going to take hard work to fix the problems of the future. And we're going to suffer. But we don't have to. But we can always choose how we go about our suffering. We can always choose how we bear our cross in life. We're entitled to nothing in this world. We're not entitled to have 3 meals a day. We're not entitled to water. We're not entitled to anything. We should be lucky for anything we have in this world. We have to fight for those things. You know, we might have to work for those things. We might have to fight for those things. I don't know. But at the end of the day, don't tell yourself you're entitled not to suffer. Because that will just lead you to a path of misery. In trying to avoid suffering, you'll just suffer more. Accept your suffering and try to make the world better. Because it's going to be our generation. It's going to be our generation. It's not, the boomers aren't going to come and save us. It's not going to be any one person. It's going to be a lot of work. But you know what? You look at our great-grandfathers who fought in World War II. They built a better life for us. We can build a better life for our future children. And it's not going to be easy. I don't think so. You know, maybe everything's overblown and nothing's really going to be that bad. Like I said, I think it's a coin flip on whether or not things are going to be terrible or kind of okay. But we'll find out. And if they are terrible, then be ready. We don't have to fall for the weakness that this weird ideology teaches, that all suffering is to be avoided at all costs. No. As long as you live, suffering will be a part of your life at all costs. That's what I say. And, yeah, that's it. This is my first YouTube video. It's probably why I'm so awkward. I don't have a script or anything, so I hope this made some sort of coherent sense. I hope I'm not just, you know, madman. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to try to put more videos out in the future. I'm not really doing this to get famous or anything. I just like to put this stuff out there for whoever needs it. I know there's a lot of suffering right now from all sorts of people in life. And, you know, thought maybe this could help in some way. Maybe. I hope you all have a blessed day.